y'all, welcome back to Ascending Ashley. Alright, this is a Wake, Make, and Story time. But I think I'm going to call it a Wake, Make, Make. So it's now 1:15. We have this event this evening. I did get all of my stuff. If you didn't watch the Wake, Make, and Make earlier about getting organized, I had to get some pins made. So the librarian today printed them a little smaller, but that's okay because I have 2 button makers. And you never know. People like different stuff. So, I think I made 8 more. But we got those made. I got the flyers for the event tonight. We were home in time to set up the mutual aid. That's done and shit. And we went to O'Reilly's to get more antifreeze for my car. And then we went and got the tires filled up. And I want to tell you the story about those 2 places because there was a lot of divine intervention. So I'm trying to practice being in, so what I'm going to do right now while I talk to you is these boards I got for the mutual aid spot, but I just cleaned them off so we can make some little signs for the table tonight. Okay, anyway, so I've been really expressing myself in this, like, main character energy when I go out in the world, or at least trying. So anyway, we had to go get antifreeze because we have a couple road trips and my car has a weird problem with overheating, but mostly when it's idle. Highway driving isn't really a thing. What do we think of this? I like it. I'm thinking to add dots and shit. I don't know what this is. Baby daddy brought me this. It's a Jumbo Bistro chalk marker. Anyway, so I was like, oh, the packaging is different on these antifreezes. Oh, well. And then I was like, okay, well, I guess this is the right one. So we grab it, and we go to the cashier, and whatnot. And it wouldn't scan. And it was the weirdest fucking thing. And he was like, what the fuck? And so he had to go, like, back, talk to someone else and shit. Okay, we added some little polka dots. I think it's cute. Just to get people's attention. Like the candy won't do that, and the free shit. Should we do sign up or register? Anyway. Sorry, I know. Okay. What do we think? I don't know. We'll probably do something on the back once they're dry so I can flip them over and switch it out. Anyway, I think I want to add the word explore. Anyway, so dude had to go to the back, and he comes back, and he tries to scan it, and he was like, something's wrong with their inventory, blah, blah, blah. And I was trying to be patient, but now I was like, you know how they do marketing, so there's all these fucking Matchbox cars right there. And I'm like, god damn it. Our hands are getting sweaty. I was like, no, you need to hold my fucking hand. Anyway, so he comes back with another bottle, because I was like, oh, I thought I got the last one. And he was like, oh, well, there were a bunch on the back wall. And I was like, oh, my bad. And and I said when he was, like, running around, I was like, this feels like a divine intervention. Because, usually shit scans, okay? There shouldn't be a problem here. I also got a car charger for, like, the cigarette lighter thing, because I need one for our road trip. And they had that there, so that was great. But anyway, he comes back and he's like, okay, let's switch out the computer, because the other one that he brought wouldn't scan either. So we go to the computer, and he's like, those are a lot of rings. He's talking about my fingies. And I said, yeah, it's protection. And he looks at me, and I look at him, and he looks at me, and he says, I'm a Norse pagan. And I said, I'm a pagan too. And he's like, I could tell. I was like, I just started working with the Norse gods. I said, Odin came to me. And so he gave me some book recommendations. He said, check out these books. And I was like, are there a lot of pagans around here? And he's like, no. And I was like, yeah, I know, I've been blacklisted. He said that check out some of these books to learn more about it. But I thought that was pretty cool. And remember, because I was like, this has to be a divine intervention. Like, there's something beyond buying antifreeze here, right? So that was fun. So then we went to the library, and Carmen did all of my template stuff. And then I got that printed, and then we went to the tire shop. And my neighbor who fixed my car, he left when the other neighbor started shooting at his RV. So he's not here, but he used to work at that shop. And so my landlord owns it. And so I told him, I'm like, hey, I just need some air in my tires. And he was like, okay. And you know, men don't really like people, especially men who are like grungy. I don't know, blue collar men, just they have a wall up. And so I was like, I'm one of Keith's tenants. And then he kind of let a wall down. He's like, oh hey. And I was like, what's your name? And you know, we introduced ourselves. And then we started talking, and he was like, I want to start a nonprofit. And I was like, dude, no way. And he was like, yeah, for addicts. He's like, I want it to be like the 12-step program, but like better than the 12-step program. And I was like, dude, I hate the 12-step program. So we started talking about like being recovering addicts and the 12-step program, and I was telling him about the work I did in LA, and I was like, yeah, I've created a whole bunch of my own stuff. I'm like, right now I have an LLC, you know, and I have at least 2 other nonprofits that I want to start, but I just don't know if it's the time. And so he and I were talking about that. So he wants to start this really cool recovery nonprofit, and he was like, we should work together. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll collab with you. I'm like, right now I'm really, you know, I'm in a different part of my life now. My main audience, or like my main target, is like single moms, you know, and so that was fucking cool. Sean is his name. Albert was the Norse pagan's name. But that was really neat. It was cool because I have a hard time getting out of the house as a mom, especially as my son has special needs. You know, the world can be a very cruel place, and so it's just a lot easier to stay at home, plus the safety issue of him being, but he's gotten a lot better. Niall's gotten a lot better. He knows when it's time to, you know, play a little bit, and he knows when it's time to stay cool. So, I got everything ready. We got home right in time to set up the mutual aid spot. I put out one of the flyers for them. I think most of them are freshmen and sophomores because I think everyone else drives for lunch. So my cutoff is between 6 to 17 for kids college, which is a giant fucking window of people. But it's cool because the bigger kids can help the little kids. I had one big kid last year. She was going to be a freshman. Well, she was the oldest, and then I think there were two girls below her who were in like upper middle school. But anyway, we'll see. So tonight we're gonna be tabling at this event, eating. I like it. I think that's cute. So I just wanted to share those stories in case you have a hard time leaving the house. Same. I've been really more intentional about it. You know, I only really go places I have to. But I've started to trust and believe that everything will be okay and it'll work out. I understand and trust my spirit guides to bring people in my path. But that O'Reilly situation was pretty wild because it was just like, why won't this scan? It like would not scan. It was a very weird situation. So I guess I'm looking forward to some more divine intervention for tonight. We'll see. I've got a really great outfit that I'm wearing. I'm wearing a very cute fucking outfit. It's not too hot. It's gonna be like in the 70s, I think. So I am gonna wear one of my army jackets because I feel comfortable when I have pockets. And I like the extra hug. What am I doing right now? What am I gonna look at? The weather. I have this like scabby thing. I don't know what happened to my face, but it's like I gotta put some shit on it. So anyway, I'm gonna stop spam videoing. I think this is probably the last one. So 5 o'clock it's gonna be 75 and then 72 and then by the end of the event it will be 68. So like I said, I already have everything ready. We're gonna have candy. I have some sensory toys that people can just take, and we'll just get the word out, flyer about this. I get to meet my contact from the college. I've never met her. And yeah, we've got a few hours to kill. I just made my protein shake. I'm gonna work out, probably take a shower. I don't know, probably not. I might get my hair wet. I don't know. I don't want to. I'll shower when I get home. I know I'm gonna want to do that. So, I don't know. It was pretty weird. It was pretty weird and pretty magical. Oh, I keep going on TikTok while I'm fucking making a video. But anyway, alright. Try to be as present as possible. Try to be mindful and try to allow situations to unfold without being irritated. When something feels like it's making you feel frustrated, take a step back and be like, whoa, there could be something here. Because that's exactly what happened. I was like, I'm so irritated. Like, I just need this one thing. And then I was like, okay, well, these are here. I'll get this too. So I was feeling really irritated, but I got 3 different magical book references. He's like, what kind of books do you have, you know? And I was like, I don't have any Norse pagan books. I told him, I'm like, I'm a channel, I'm a seer, so I just receive information. And I told him I had a YouTube channel, but I didn't give him the YouTube channel. But it was funny. It was funny to meet a pagan. It's not... I think it's so interesting when people feel really safe telling me stuff. Like the other day I was buying men's deodorant and I was like, dude, I have to pay $8 for Old Spice because I use men's deodorant. I don't like women's deodorant. And the woman at the Dollar Tree started telling me about her nieces who wear men's deodorant and shit. And I think it's really beautiful. I think that for a long time I lost a lot of faith in humanity, but we all just want connection. We all just want to find common things and bond over the common things that we do have, you know? And it's like building rapport and like community. It doesn't need to be something that's scary. And I think I'm learning that. Because I've been really betrayed by people close to me, and so I have a very hard time letting my walls down. Okay, have a good one.